Alright then guys, it's Lambretta vlog time. Nowhere to go as usual, but I have just put some new tyres on. Got them off eBay, 60 quid for a pair, plus delivery, so 60 odd quid. Just the same as what I had on last time, just some, well, cheapish white wall tyres. The last ones I had lasted a good, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 miles probably, so I'm happy with that. It's always a bit dodgy with new tyres, I think. You have to sort of build up a bit of confidence in them. When they're new, they can be like really waxy and it can be really slippy. Just for like the first literally 5 miles, if that. Couple of miles will take it off. It's just the sort of the waxy coating shit they put on them to keep them from getting too scuffed and stuff, and help them stay black. Cheers to the guy, I can't remember your name as usual, who asked a question about the Q&A. I'll just sort of answer any questions as I get them rather than do a specific vid where I sit down and talk to you about everything. I'll just sort of do it on board, as it were. Question was I inspired by the film Quadrophenia into getting a scooter? I'd be lying if I said that I found Quadrophenia the film uninspiring. You know, it obviously had some influence. Not because I wanted to be that Jimmy guy or I wanted to be Sting or anything like that. Apart from anything else, Sting rides a fucking Vespa in that. So not for me. No offence, Vespa guys, before you start. So yeah, I mean, it was a bit of an inspiration. I've watched it dozens and dozens of times because, I mean, we had it on VHS since it was ever available on VHS. My dad was actually a scooterist back in the day, and you know, actually one of the original, not the original mods or anything like that. I don't buy into all this mod shit, me. I'm not a mod. I never ever will be. The modernist movement was something that happened a long time ago. There are no mods, you know. It's something that's in the past for me. That's my understanding and the way I perceive to be a mod. So yes, I have been inspired by Quadrophenia to an extent, but you know, my dad had scooters and stuff for years and years, so that was sort of the inspiration really for me. So there you go with that one. So the next thing was, whoever you were, sorry for not remembering your name, dude, was saying, you know, I've been told not to buy a scooter because they're too expensive. Now, where to start with this one? I mean, yes, they are too expensive. That's it. Now the tax and insurance and all that shit's negligible. I mean, the tax on this is free. It's, you know, it's a classic vehicle. It falls under classic vehicle, you know, historic vehicle tax as they call it. So it's a historic vehicle, so it's tax exempt. If you get an Indian one or a slightly newer one from you know, Spanish or whatever, depending on the year, you'll have to look it up yourselves. I can't remember all this shit, but you may have to pay road tax on a more modern one. But I paid road tax on that blue GP that I sold, and it was about 18 quid. So it's not, like I say, it's negligible the amount they have to pay for stuff like that. Next, you've got fuel. Fuel is what it costs at the pump. Can't really help you with that, to be honest. How economical your scooter is entirely up to you and what you do with it. If you put a bigger cylinder on, it's going to use more fuel. If you put a bigger carb on, it's going to use more fuel. Fuel is what it costs at the pump, and it's down to you how much you need, really. You obviously need two-stroke oil. Two-stroke oil is expensive, depending on what you buy, and depending on what you're happy buying. You can get two-stroke oil that's about 3 or 4 quid a litre. I spend 13 quid a litre on mine, because it's fully synthetic, and it's probably too much, to be honest. It's probably over the top. But the potential harm in not having decent oil is catastrophic. Potential harm of having over-the-top fully synthetic is that your piston and your ports and shit will sort of cork up and like get carboned up or whatever it is before a lesser oil, because it doesn't always, you know, these super synthetic oils for motocross bikes and stuff, they run so fast and the RPMs are so considerably, you know, higher than ours, than a scooter, and it runs hotter, so it can burn off the carbon better than what this can. So, you know, it's all of it is absolutely subjective, entirely up to you what you guys spend and do with stuff like that. And of course, the other thing to consider is that they are very expensive to buy. You know, you could buy a twist and go scooter, a Peugeot thing, like a 100cc or 125 for about 400 or 500 quid on the road. Now, you're not going to find a Lambretta for 500 quid on the road, or if you do, buy it, is what I'd tell you, but you're not gonna. So yeah, overall I would say that Lambrettas are too expensive. That's my honest opinion. It doesn't detract from the amount that I love Lambrettas and the fact that I'm going to keep riding one for as long as I possibly can. So anyway, that's going to be it. Any more questions, any responses to any of that, just bang them in the thing underneath. Either you, the guy who asked me the question, sorry for not remembering your name again, or whoever really, and I'll just endeavour to answer them in a timely manner. So, all that being said, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, and so on, if you feel that way inclined, as I always like to say, and failing that, just have a nice day.